All right, welcome back to Crunch Southside. This is Jamison Fullick and my trusty sidekick, Sonny Lieberman here. We're going to be going through a dynamic warm-up today, a grouping of exercises that are going to help us with mobility, help warm up our muscles to make them a little more pliable and reduce the risk for injury. What I like to start my clients off with is a nice balance and coordination movement that's also going to work with the mobility of the hip. I call this high knees. So what Sonny's going to do is take a nice step, trying to center herself, keeping her balance nice and centered, nice and stable. What really helps with balance is engaging the glute as well as bracing the abdomen. I'd like her to just go ahead and take a step, going heel to toe. She's gonna go ahead and reach down to her toe, and she's gonna gently pull up toward the toe. If you don't have that kind of hamstring flexibility, then just go as far as you feel comfortable going through. Now we really wanna work on the outside of the hips and the glutes, so we're gonna go with what's called a cradle step. What I'm gonna have Sonny do here is she's gonna elevate onto one foot, grabbing the outside of the knee and at the ankle, and just draw that leg up toward her chest while she's traveling forward. Really gonna help her with any of her lower body movements she'll be performing going forward. This is gonna be a good morning. What we're really focused on here is posture and a hinge at the hips. So Sonny's gonna go ahead and push her hips back as she descends. If you notice, she's keeping her cervical spine or her neck in a nice neutral position. This is taking a lot of that stress off of the lower back, and it's putting it on the muscles we want to train, those hamstrings and glutes. We're going to do more of a dynamic stretch for the hamstring. Now, I will warn you, this can be somewhat hazardous. So if you're new to this movement, try to take it a bit slow. That way we're not forcing any stretch. So what I'm going to have Sonny do is a traveling high kick that we call a toy soldier. There's a lot of coordination involved in this as well. She'll take a step, opposite hand to toe. Very nice, Sonny. If you notice, she's trying to swing at the hip. She's not extending at the knee. Done a lot for the posterior chain here. Let's go ahead and work on the quadriceps a bit and challenge Sonny's balance a bit more. So what Sonny's gonna go into is a quadricep stretch. She's gonna reach, grabbing with her opposite hand. She'll draw the foot back to get a nice stretch to the hip flexor as well as the quadricep. And if you notice, she's elevating that opposing hand. Now she'll take that step forward and switch to the other side, striking heel to toe. By raising the arm and reaching back, she's getting a phenomenal stretch through her lat, her serratus, down all the way through the side of her body into that oblique as well. And boy, does this challenge balance. We're gonna warm up the adductors a little bit and still get a lot of warm muscles on the outside of the hip. So what I'm gonna have Sonny do here is a lateral step. We're just gonna do 3 down and 3 back. You can pick your rep range. I recommend 3 to 5. That's really all we need. Push off the leg that's loaded to come back to an upright stance and continue on. Stretching that adductor, switching, getting a nice stretch to that groin. Sonny's doing a great job keeping her knee in line with her toe, which is very important so that we keep those joints safe. And notice she's pressuring the heel, not the toe itself. Now, as far as the dynamic warm-up goes, this is just a small selection of some of the exercises you can use, but in combination, it's a great way to get you started before you do your strength training. It'll keep you safe and it'll keep you mobile. This is Sonny Lieberman and Jamison Fullick from Crunch Fitness. Come down and see one of our certified fitness professionals and we'll get you started. Have a great day.